Hey sixth graders, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the surface area of cylinders. Hopefully you watched the video of me demonstrating just the different parts of a cylinder in my video with the Clorox wipes bottle. That's going to really help you to understand what's happening with the rectangular piece of the cylinder when we talk about the nets. So please make sure you watch my Clorox wipe video so you can make the most sense of that. So I'm assuming that you did watch that. If you didn't, please stop this and go back to that video so that this will make more sense, because I'm going to proceed assuming that you watched it. So let's talk about what that net of a cylinder looks like. So a cylinder, it's kind of just like a water bottle. It has two circular bases on the top and the bottom, and it has a body that wraps around with a specific height. Again, yep, it has two circular bases and a rectangular height, because if you were to cut along the height and unfold it, it would lay out to be a rectangle. So to find the surface area of this cylinder, this net is now very helpful for us, because remember, we can use these nets to find the whole area because we're finding the area of the surface. So I need to find the area of two circles that are identical, actually, so really just find the area of one and double it, and then find the area of the rectangle. So to find the surface area of a cylinder, you need to find the area of the circular bases, and remember, area is pi times r squared. Apple pies r square at McDonald's. It's our little saying to help us remember. And then you need to find the area of the rectangle, which in general is length times width. Now we need to talk in particular about what our length and width would be in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here to this net at the bottom because it helps demonstrate the different parts of the rectangular piece of the net. So the width of the rectangle, this is really important. When you unroll your, or you unfold your cylinder, what the width of that rectangle is going to be is actually going to be the circumference of the circle. So if you took this circle and you started it all the way at this point in the corner, and if you unraveled the circle, it would lay out perfectly to this other end. It is the circumference, it's the entire distance around the circle. So if we can recall, the formula for circumference is pi times diameter. Cherry pie, delicious, we say like a caveman. As you might notice on this diagram, however, they wrote 2 pi r. So you might be thinking, Miss Ganna, did you give us the wrong formula all along? No, I did not. This is an equivalent equation, or formula, sorry, for circumference, because remember, the diameter is indeed 2 times the radius. So this is indeed equivalent to pi times 2 times r. And what they did was they used commutative property, and they just rearranged it, and they said, okay, well, let's just flip-flop the 2 and the pi. Oh, that's the same thing as 2 pi r. So you might see that formula as well. I have always liked the pi d better, but please know this is an equivalent form of it. So again, what's really important is for the width of the rectangle, you need to use the circumference of the circular base. So again, please watch that Clorox video. I unwrap the label on a Clorox bottle to demonstrate that it is actually, the width is equal to the circumference. So let's jump into a couple of examples. So we are tasked to find the surface area of the following cylinders. All right, so I like to do the circles first. If you want to tackle the rectangle first, go ahead. So what I'm going to write is the area of the circular bases, we know, is pi times r squared. So this is going to be 3.14 times 7 inches squared. So that's 3.14 times 49 square inches. For the sake of this, of these notes, to save some time, I'm gonna go ahead and use a calculator. So give me a second as I pull it up. These videos, if I have them run too long, are very hard to upload. So to save some time here, I'm gonna go ahead and do some number crunching on a calculator. So 3.14 times 49 gives us 153.86. square inches. So that's the top circle, and the area of the second circle is the same thing. They are identical, 153.86 square inches. Okay, so the circles are taken care of, but now we have to think about the body of the cylinder. It's not the top and the bottom, but really the body of it. That is going to be a rectangle, so the area of the rectangle is going to be length times width. But remember, so the length is that height. It is the 14 inches times, remember, the width has to be the circumference times pi times diameter. That's your circumference. That's your circumference formula. Well, if my radius is 7, I know this side would also be 7, so my diameter is 14. So this is going to be 14 inches times 3.14 times 14 inches. And again, I'm going to do some number crunching on a calculator, and I get 615.44 square inches. Now remember our last step with surface area, SA, surface area, is to add up all of the areas together. So add up the top circle, the bottom circle, and the rectangular body. So this is going to be 153.86 plus 153.86 plus 615.44, 1621. That's, let's see, 8, 10, 13. That's 10, 12, and that's 9. So our final answer would be 923.16 square inches. All right, let's do one more example together. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do an example down here where I give you the diameter just to kind of mix it up, because I could give you the radius or the diameter. Okay, so it's saying that the height of the cylinder is 12 inches, and it's saying that the diameter is 8 inches, okay? So to find the surface area, we need to find the area of all the surfaces. If you wanna go ahead and kind of fill in the back side of the circle to help it kind of look more like a cylinder, feel free. Okay, let's see, let's do the circles first. So the area of a circle is pi r squared. I'm not given the radius, but I know the radius is half of the diameter, so your radius would be 4. Okay, so that's going to be 3.14 times 4 inches squared. So that's going to be 3.14 times 16 square inches, which gives you 3.14 times 16 is 50.24 square inches. That is also going to be the same as the bottom circle. The two circles are identical, so it has exactly the same area. And now we need to find the area of the rectangle. So in general, rectangles are length times width. Well, your length is actually going to be your height, so that's 12 inches, times the circumference. I'm going to put C in this case. So that's going to be 12 inches times pi d, because that is the formula for circumference. I'm just substituting in what I know it is equivalent to. So that's going to be 12 inches times 3.14 times 8 inches. All right, let's start calculating away. So 12 times 3.14 times 8 is 301.44 square inches. And our surface area, we're going to add them all up. So surface area is going to be 50.24 plus 50.24 plus 301.44. Let's see what we get. 50.24 times 2 plus 301.44. And then we get 401.92. Oops, sorry. Square inches would be our final answer. All right, I challenge you to do number 2 and 4 on your own. Check the answer key for the answers, and then please tune in to the Zoom that I have scheduled to help you understand this if you have questions.